everything was going wrong. That's the energy that I was actually giving. As soon as I switched the energy, everything changed. I remember stepping out of the car, looking at the emergency door. I took a big breath and then I was like, God is with me, nothing can happen. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube video. I actually want to talk to you guys about a little mindset switch that I did. I'm a person that has been living a lot like in survival mode. I grew up in Curacao and Caribbean island, and honestly, like for me growing up there, it was pretty difficult. The kids at my school used to like bully me all the time. They used to like touch my hair and they used to be like, is your hair real? All these beautiful girls at school, they were telling me like my eyes are super scary and all of these kind of stuff that eventually you forget to view yourself in a certain way. You don't even recognize yourself anymore because your head is just so full of every negative comment that every other people has ever told you. I was just going through a negative direction. I was acting like my life was not worth it. I was having financial problems at my house. I was not getting things that I wanted in life. One day you wake up and then you need to come to the point where you actually tell yourself like, what are you doing with your life? Even if you cannot change a situation, what you can change is your thought around the situation. How are you going to respond to the things that are going to happen to you in life? I keep telling myself like, oh my god, I'm really a victim. Oh my god, I'm really this. Oh my god, I'm really that. But in the end of the day, no one is going to save you. You have to be there for yourself. How do you expect to get out of a place that you don't even know where you are? And how do you expect someone else to come and be like, oh, I can help you, let's go? But then whenever something else happens in life, then you will go back into the same place that you were before because you have not learned your lesson. Things in life happen for a reason, and this is something that I really needed to realize for myself, especially when I was like in my teenage years. I'm 20 years old right now, and you need to realize this for yourself. Like, honestly, if you are not able to look at things and be like, okay, this is probably happening for a reason to actually teach me something in life, then what are you doing with your life? You need to change your mindset. Stop thinking like you are the victim. Your thoughts have the power to change everything that is around you. You can give two people $1 million. One of them will continue making more money with the $1 million, and the other one will become broke. Why? Because it's not the million that will make you a millionaire. It's the mindset that you have that will make you a millionaire. The same thing applies in life. God makes us go through situations to learn from the situations. If you are not able to learn from a situation, this will continue to happen to you until you learn the lesson. A lot of people are going through a spiral that just keeps going down and down and down because they're just like, oh, my life is so bad. Oh my god, I don't have any friends. Oh my god, this. Oh my god, that. You need to wake up and figure out for yourself, what is life trying to teach you? What is God telling you right now? Why don't you have friends? Are you being friendly? Are you being kind to other people? Are you being open to receive friends? Why is life treating you this way? And it's not only to, okay, this is a test, but it's also the way that you behave yourself. The world is literally a reflection of everything that is going inside of you. Usually for me, like I said, because I've been programmed in my head that, oh yeah, she's really mean, oh yeah, she's very this, oh yeah, she's very that. Every time that I go out, I think like, okay, people don't want to smile at me because I'm mean. One day I went inside of the gym and I was like, let's just act like a whole different person. Because I've seen girls at the gym that I went to, they were actually super happy and I just wanted to stare at them and be like, help me be like you. And it's literally an aura. It's the energy that you give. Everything that you want to be comes from within. I can have the most beautiful or most expensive makeup on, but I could still feel ugly and people will still see me as ugly if I'm not feeling comfortable myself from the inside. So I was like, you know what? Let's just act like a whole different person right now. What happened that day? Suddenly, everyone wanted to help me. Girls were smiling at me. People were talking to me. When I was feeling like, oh my God, no one wants to talk to me. Everything was going wrong. That's the energy that I was actually giving. As soon as I switched the energy, everything changed. This is my survival mode. This is the mode that I was programmed in my head. But the only thing that can help you with that programming is feeding yourself positive thoughts, feeding yourself things that you know that you are. The devil is literally a liar. The devil wants to keep you in a cage. The devil wants to feel bad for yourself, have this victim mentality, and get you thinking like, yeah, you're so depressed, you cannot do anything in this life. Everyone is having their best life on social media, and then you are here struggling, etc., etc. But you have the power to turn on and turn off those thoughts. The same way that he whispers those things in your head, God is also there telling you like, hey, why are you even thinking of these things first of all? Why are you not waking up in the morning happy, ready to go? God is constantly talking to you. But you need to realize that he is talking to you, and then you need to realize that you need to follow his voice. And this is what I have been doing lately, that is literally like a fight against yourself. What are you going to do? Are you going to let your positive thoughts win or your negative thoughts win? Every day that you are not changing something in your life is every day that you are choosing to be in a situation that you are in right now. Like I said, we need to stop thinking like, oh my God, I am the victim. You are not the victim. You are the creator of your own reality. Things happen and you should be grateful for the things that are even happening to you right now. Of how many blessings you have in your life. There are people that are going through worse right now. There are people that lost family members right now. There are people that are not able to walk. They are not able to see. They're not able to hear. There are people going through so many things that you and I are not going through right now. What is your reason to be upset? What is your reason to be depressed? What is your reason to not get up every day and be grateful for what you do have? Every day that you wake up is a blessing. You should treat your days like a blessing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we are not going through difficulties. Of course, the same way that you are going through your things, I am also going through my things. But the point that I'm trying to make right now is that if I told you tomorrow, okay, do you want what is going on in your life, or do you want what is going on in someone else's life? You don't know what someone else is carrying in their life. How are you going to handle your situation? Are you going to continue feeding it with bad thoughts, making it worse for yourself? Or are you going to try to help yourself and get yourself out of the bad place that you are in? And there are life situations that you can literally not help but to think of a better way to actually respond to the situation. A couple of months ago, I was going through one of the worst places that I could ever be. Only 2 days before my birthday, my dad was hospitalized because he was getting a heart attack. How do you think I actually felt? My dad is literally 70. How do you think my world was going on at that time? He already had 2 heart attacks. Obviously, I felt things in my heart, but you cannot feed negative moments with more negative thoughts. The power of your thoughts are so powerful, and literally, if you look in the Bible, God tells you a million times, according to your faith, let it be done to you. How much faith do you have? I remember I started panicking because my boyfriend was not there whenever I received the phone call. My dad was also alone. My mom was not with him. And no one was able to be with my dad the moment that that was happening. I was at my house, my boyfriend was not there, and then he couldn't even talk to me to calm me down, so I needed to be there for myself. Luckily, there were other people in the house and they brought me to the hospital, but on my way to the hospital, I started panicking so bad. It was so bad that I needed to tell myself what are you doing? why are you losing your faith? Why are you thinking like this? Don't you know that God is greater than you and I? Don't you know God created the universe? Why are you thinking all this negative stuff? Stop it. And then that moment, I just stayed in the car, I did a prayer, and then I was like, you know what, God? I put all my trust in you. Whatever you want to happen will happen. I have faith that everything was going to end up well. And like I said, I was already stressing out because I'm like, hey, I want to do something meaningful for my birthday. I didn't know what I was going to do. And then this situation with my dad happened when I knew it was going to happen because we have been trying for so long, literally probably 2 or even 3 years, to get my dad an operation because he has like something in his heart. He sold my mom's car to actually be able to go to Colombia, pay for people to actually see him, and then because he's not from Colombia, like he doesn't have Colombian documents, people were like, yeah, you need to pay like 5,000 to just check your heart. And we were like, where are we supposed to even get that money from, you know? Like to just check the heart, not even the surgery itself. And there everything was so frustrating. And yeah, so like how I was saying before, we were looking for solutions of how we can fix this. We couldn't do anything in Colombia. Curacao didn't want to do anything, and the next move that we actually wanted to do was going to the Netherlands. The day that this happened with my dad and the day that he actually had the surgery and they like opened his heart and checked the thing that he had, the doctor literally told us that it was almost like completely off. The thing that happened to my dad was not an actual heart attack, it was an preinfarto, like it's like the thing that you get before a heart attack. The doctor literally told him like, you did a good decision of not going to the Netherlands, because if you would have gone like into the plane, literally the pressure of the air, the pressure that is in the plane would have just, that will be it, you know? So what I'm trying to say with this is that literally even in moments like that, probably at that moment my life was like, in my head everything was like, why is this happening? But that thing, that little thing that actually happened that day was a miracle. It was literally a miracle, because thank God we didn't go to the Netherlands. Thank God it didn't happen. And like an actual heart attack was supposed to happen. Thank God it didn't happen any other way. Thank God it actually happened that way. And whenever I arrived to the hospital, I just finished my prayer, and then I felt like this warmth and I felt like this shield around me. And I remember stepping out of the car, looking at the emergency door, and I was like, God is with me. I took a big breath, and then I was like, God is with me, nothing can happen. And then I went inside. What I'm trying to say here, whenever you feel like everything is working against you, try to see the better picture. You cannot change the situation. What you can change is your thoughts around the situation. That's exactly what I did. And after this moment, I literally can think that I can manage to handle almost every situation in my life because I felt my comfort in God. I was not thinking the way I used to think. I was just putting all my trust and all my faith in God. I was listening to these positive thoughts and actually feeding myself with the positive thoughts. I was having the faith that I needed to have. And we all know that if you are going through whatever situation and you keep feeding yourself with negative thoughts, you will attract negative things to you. So the best thing that we can do in these situations is thinking about the best solution, thinking about the best thing, see the light in every single dark situation that you are in, because there is a light, but it's up to you if you're going to follow it or not.